Tuesday, 13th of October 2020. It's good it's not a Friday. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to discuss US cash close. So, what we have seen today when it comes to the macro calendar, it was somewhere here. We are going to be able to see weak ZEV German index, right, was much weaker than what market was expecting. Then at the very beginning of the US market open, New York open, we got US CPI, which was in line. The core one year to year was a little bit lower. We've seen over the course of the day, we've seen some ups and downs when it comes to the indices. Dollar is fighting, and tomorrow we have PPI, and you can see the expectations over here. All right, folks. So that's when it comes to the macro. Let's straight jump to the charts. Let's walk through few of them. See you inside. US cash market is coming to the end with the last few seconds. So overall, dollar, when it comes to the majors, is stronger over the course of the day. As we can see, euro dollar, that's where we start, that's where we come to the end. Dollar yen, that's where we start, that's where we're coming to the end. Like this. And the cable is a huge victim, but that's what we are going to discuss in a second. And well, when it comes to the indices, Nasdaq, that's where we started. We were trying to follow. Yesterday moved to the upside, then downside, and well, trying to finish around the day entry, day open. The most important thing is the cash market here. So overall, a little bit of the risk off, a little bit of the dollar strength. I would say when it comes to the dollar, even more than bit of the strength. The next earnings season just started, right? So let's start with euro dollar. Quick update. Very weak ZEV. Friday, from the daily chart perspective, retest of the 50% of the old range. Yesterday, inside, bar, break to the downside today. So what next? What next, guys? When it comes to the euro dollar, intraday perspective, bearish, very bearish, and we were discussing this over the course of the last few days. So congratulations if you are short, guys. Congratulations if you are short. So how I'm going to try to approach euro dollar short? Well, the first thing first is the thing that we are below the weekly open for a second day in a row. From the intraday chart perspective, there are few levels. I'm going to try to sell the rallies overnight. It's related to daily chart and Friday price action. So my first level where I'm going to look for some kind of the selling opportunity, it's around 1770. That's number one. And then number two, this broken over under. So in case we are going to break through 1770, I'm going to look for selling opportunity around the figure 118, and I still believe there is a chance the dollar is going to be stronger, and still believe 115, 114.50 is the case. Again, ZEV, German ZEV was weaker. US CPI almost in line. Overall dollar demand when it comes to the market. If you are a buyer when it comes to the euro dollar, still I would prefer to be patient. As long as we cannot personally move the market, we have to try to read what is going on and that's what I think we might see in the near future. Retest of 115.1450, and if you are a bull, that's probably your level when it comes to the buying opportunity. Now the dollar is overall in demand across the board. Huge sell-off when it comes to the pound. Now early morning when we had first market update, there was some kind of the weaker job market with some positive signs when it comes to average earnings, but overall, over the course of the day, Brexit, dark clouds over there, plus some kind of the possibility of the negative rates when it comes to the Bank of England next rate decision, that's where all those dark clouds hit the pound. Well, to be honest with you, if you are going to get back with the previous analysis, I've been overall quite bearish when it comes to the pound for quite some time, especially when I heard first time, no, we are not going to implement negative rates, the comments from the Bank of England. Then I knew it! Then I knew it, something is on the way. So here they think the pound is the victim. Now, what's my approach? Let's start first if you are a bull, if you are still believe the pound got the chance. So I do think that you might want to watch the pound around 28. Around 28, all right? Why around 28? Because if you are going to take into the consideration this move to the downside, and eventually if you are taking into the consideration that what we've seen right now after the rally is just the pullback, that's 28 is your level. Especially that's gonna be another retest of the swing high. So 28 if you are a bull. Now if you are a bear, right? If you are a bear, what you are looking for as a bear? Let's switch to the intraday chart. It's gonna be really very well visible, right? So first thing first, we might see, because it's a pound, so the higher volatility is nothing unusual here, right? That's what we already know. It's nothing unusual. Let's make some. So I'm taking the latest rally, and if I'm going to make the measure, right, look what is going on. Look what is going on. Look what is going on. Boom, huge rejection, breakout, retest higher, new high. That could be the case. Retest of 130 again with the stop count when it comes to 29.8590, and 130 is on the card based on this latest rally. Of course, it also could be a little bit lower bounce based on this attempt to rally. In that case, all right, we might test just that supply 2980, 2990. Not the big thing, but it's worth to remember. What could be the target, right? Especially that the bulls hit, you know, if you remember our measurement, right? Another hitting high. So what could be the target? Well, what I would start to measure when it comes to the downside, it could be the things with this size of the move to the downside, right? Look, okay. So if we are going to hit 130 and we are going to make the downside move, well, 2850 as a first target. That's why I've mentioned that 128 a little bit lower with the stop count, with all what we've seen on the daily chart, could be your buying opportunity. I wouldn't say earlier, right? So euro dollar, we discussed both buyers, sellers. Pound, we discussed both buyers, sellers. It's time to have a look what we have when it comes to the indices. Here we go. Well, new earning seasons, right? Plus Apple even today with the iPhone 12, nothing extraordinary. At some point Apple been down more than 3%. Well, choppy trading when it comes to the indices, especially Nasdaq, right? We hit the supply. We hit supply above 12,000. If you do remember, we discussed this level, right? And we've been there today. So, bulls and bears, we have to discuss it very, very, very carefully. Now, when it comes to the cash close, we hold, based on my level, 12,060, right? So, that's where bulls may want to try to attack higher, maybe even towards the new high. Could that be the game? Yes, especially that the market rumors that SoftBank is playing again the game with the options market, right? Now the question is if the Goldman is going to hunt some options. Well, that's gonna be very interesting. We have 3 more days to come. On the other hand, when it comes to the sellers, aggressive sellers, you may want to watch yesterday high for the possible swing high trading to the downside. Well, that's not the great thing because of not the great pullback we've seen today. So again, the bulls trying to take over. The bears gave up. Well, I'm a bit surprised with what we've seen because it's only Nasdaq right now. Right? We are going to discuss other indices tomorrow. It's only Nasdaq. So, well, I would be very, very careful trying to chase maybe reopening medium-term trading shorts below 12,000. Overall, long-term, I'm still holding a little bit of the short exposure when it comes to the Nasdaq. Guys, it was quite interesting days, but I think more to come tomorrow, Thursday and Friday as more US data, some Fed members, so plenty of things around. Well, let's monitor the dollar, let's monitor the indices. Dollar got the chance. I'm inside the bull camp, but I don't want to bias anyone. Do your own research. With that being said, have a great night from Europe. Have a great Tokyo session wherever you are, and see you around tomorrow. Take care. Good night.